Let's now hear the thoughts of Father Aris Sison of the St. John Paul II Parish. Father Aris, thank you for joining us on The Final Word.
Thank you for having me.
So, Father, what do you think of Pope Francis's move allowing priests to bless same-sex unions?
This is clearly part of the effort of Pope Francis to reach out to those in the peripheries, people who feel they are far from the church, far from God, people who feel the church is not for them. This is part of the efforts of Pope Francis to bring them closer to the church.
So do you think that this will be practiced in the country? Because already, as early as now, some people are saying that this will only kind of cause confusion. And do you see or expect opposition from conservative members of the church in the Philippines?
Menchu, the first thing I would like to say to everyone who has been reacting the whole day about this is to read the document. Read the document Fiducia Supplicans in full, because we cannot base our reactions simply on news reports about this. We need to understand what the declaration is really saying. To bless means to praise God, and in this particular instance, blessing persons in irregular situations does not mean blessing their unions. That has to be made clear. We are not blessing their union. We cannot bless their union. We are blessing the people. And in particular, this has been described as a blessing of mercy. So if, for example, people would come to me after having read about this, asking for this blessing, they are first of all asking God to help them. They are admitting that there is something not right in their relationship, and they are asking for God's help, for God's mercy, in order to remedy the situation.
All
It
right.
should not be misunderstood as approving of their union.
Well, the Vatican document signed by Pope Francis says that the blessings will be a sign, though, that God welcomes all. So your thoughts on that,
I
Father?
don't think that this particular document says that. Uh, Again, the blessing is for people. The blessing is for the people, and it's not for their union. And
Okay.
although it perhaps for most people it is very difficult to understand that distinction, but the document is very clear about it.
But
It's not their union that is being blessed.
so are you satisfied with the distinction that blessings should not be part of regular church rituals or related to civil unions or weddings? Because the Vatican also clarified that blessings are different from marriage, which is between man and woman.
Definitely, because precisely the Holy Father is making it clear that um, he is not changing the rules on marriage. He is not saying that that same-sex unions are now all right and that the church blesses them. No, that is not what he is saying.
Now, but how important?
Actually,
Yes.
Menchu, if people will really understand this declaration, and this is not only for same-sex unions, huh? This
Yes.
is also for divorcees, for people living with couples other than their spouses. Um, when someone asks for this blessing, I would like to think that, first of all, you admit that there is something that is not right. There is something in your life that is not right. And so you are asking for God's mercy, you are asking for God's blessing in order to correct it. And so my take on it is, when you ask for this, you are actually accepting God's call to conversion and asking Him for the grace to do what you are supposed to do.
And how important is a blessing from a priest symbolically and spiritually?
Um, Many times people feel weak. In the confessional, I have heard that so many times. Father, mahina lang ako. Father, hindi ko kaya. So precisely, you cannot do it on your own. So you have come to a priest, to a minister of God, to give you the blessing so that you may have the grace that you need to do what you are supposed to do. If you need to change your life, then this blessing will help you do that.
And what do Filipino priests like you think of, Pope Francis's efforts to welcome the LGBTQ plus community more?
Um, you know, Pope Francis is a pastor, meaning he knows the situation of people. That is from his many, many years of experience in Buenos Aires. And he knows that there are many people who feel they are far from God, who feel they are not part of the church, who feel they are not welcome. And that is the call of Pope Francis. This is what you were mentioning earlier. He is calling everyone, saying, the church is for everyone, for everyone, for everyone. So this is part of that call. This is part of his effort, I believe, to bring people closer to God, closer to the church.
And that is his effort. But in your view, how accepting is the Catholic Church in the Philippines towards the LGBTQ plus community?
I am personally very open to that. The people who know me know that I'm strict. But they also know that I am very merciful and very open to this. There have been many, many experiences in which, for example, at this particular moment, I know I have helped several couples who wanted to serve the church. I have been able to help them get an annulment and get married in church.
But do you think that
So,
the Vatican will be more welcoming to the LGBTQ community even after the leadership of Pope Francis?
I think he has set the tone. Uh, you know, Pope Francis has not really changed doctrine, but Pope Francis has changed the tone and has changed the attitude towards many things, and in particular towards the LGBT. And he has started it. He has started it. So I think this will continue on.
All right. Well, thank you very much for your views, for sharing your views with us. Father Aris Sison from the St. John Paul II Parish.